Hello guys, my name is Madhur and welcome to my channel. This is the ninth tutorial in the series of tutorials on shell programming. Now in this tutorial we're going to check out the ls command. Ls is used to see contents of directories. That's what its basic job is. Now what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use cat and I'm just going to create a test file in my home folder. Right, and I'm just going to put some random text in it like I am feeling hungry, and I'm gonna end it, that is save it, clear the terminal, go in my home folder and see that my file is there. Now in all of the previous tutorials, whenever I create a file or a directory using the terminal, I go in the home folder by clicking on places and then going on the home folder. Well, I minimize the folder, so I click on it and then I see where my file or folder is and whether it has been created properly or not. Now if I want to do that through the terminal, then I can, and the command to do that is ls. If I type in ls in the terminal and press enter, I see that all of my folders and files in the home folder are being displayed in the terminal. I have desktop, documents, downloads, music, pictures, public, shell scripts, templates, Ubuntu One and videos as directories, and I have two files, examples.desktop and test. Now test is a file that I just created, and ls tells me all the files and folders that are there in the home folder. But what if I want to know what is there in the documents folder? I can either change my directory, go to documents, and then type in ls, and I can see that I have two folders in there. One is the test folder and the other is worksheets. Or instead, what I can do is I can simply type in ls documents, and if I press enter, I see the same thing. So that is what ls does in its most simple form. Now what if I also want to know about the file permissions or the directory permissions of the files and folders in my directory? If I wish to do that, then I'll have to type in ls and I'll have to execute it with the -l option. -l is for long listing, and if I press enter, I see that the first statement on the screen is total 48. 48 is the number of blocks that are occupied by all the files and folders in this directory combined together. One block is a block is basically a unit of memory that is used for memory organization by Unix, and I mean, by default, I'm not sure about this, but I guess a block is equivalent to 1024 bytes. Yeah, that has to be correct. So there you go, you see all the files and folders, and it's interesting to note that in the rows where I see my folders, for example in the row of desktop or in the row of documents, my first column is is different from the first column of test. In test I see a hyphen, whereas for templates or documents and downloads I see the alphabet D, which indicates that these are directories. So a hyphen in the first column would indicate that the file is a normal file or an ordinary file, whereas a D would indicate that it's a directory or a folder. The next three columns tell me about the permissions to the folder or the file for the owner of the folder or file. So for the desktop folder, the owner has read, write as well as execute permission. The group just has read and execute permission, but does not have write permission, which is indicated by this hyphen here. And other people also have read as well as execute permission and do not have the write permission. And similarly, you can also understand about the files. Now you would also be interested in knowing whether hidden files or folders are displayed using ls, or whether they can be displayed using ls or not. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to first create a document, an empty file, and I'm going to call it new. But while naming it, I'm just going to put a dot or a full stop in the name before the first character n. And if I press enter, and if I refresh my folder, then I see that my file is no longer being displayed. Now this doesn't mean that my file has been deleted, it just means that my file is hidden, right? And if I want to view my file again, then I can either press Control H, but that would also display a lot of other files and folders that are hidden by default in the home folder. But I can search my file here. .new has to be somewhere here. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is, .new. And if I want to do the same thing using the terminal, let me first clear the screen for you. I can execute ls with the -a option, which means display all, and you can see that I see a lot of files and folders, and I can find my new file right there with the dot, right? So that is the advantage of using ls with -a option. You can see all the files and folders in your directory. That's pretty much it. I just wanted to give you guys a brief insight into ls, and as we move in the course, I'll talk about ls and few more interesting options that come along with it. But this will get you started. So see you guys in the next tutorial. In the next tutorial, we learn how to change default file permissions, and we'll learn to do that using chmod command. And we'll also learn about how to see the system settings and the system name and other information relating to the operating system using uname. So please stick with me. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next one.